What's up, everyone? My name's the Ripper Danny B. Welcome to episode 12 of the WWE 2K16 Universe Mode, and for the very first time, we are on DPW, DigiPro Wrestling. Now, I said I'd explain it when I got here, and so here it goes. DPW is the Create a Wrestler brand, and the beginning of what I call the progression system throughout the game. This is where the new stars come to test their talents. I say new, obviously anyone who watched the preseason knows who Michael Trey Macia is, or now known as just Trey Macia, who dropped the first name, got the WWE treatment there, got the Cesaro treatment. So this is where they're all going to come. This is why you haven't seen any calls so far. They're all here. So, with that in mind, first of all, I'd like to introduce you to one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions. He is, of course, Trey Macia. Now here's the way this game is going to work, how the DPW system is going to work. I figured I could just play through, WWE 2K16, I just could play the universe mode through, and that'd be awesome. But I figured I'd put my own little spin on it. I'm Danny B, and that's what I do. I don't just play things by half. I like to put my own touch on things. So they're going to start here, and there will be two championships within DPW. DPW Championship and the World Vixens Championship. Winning those titles will grant you a chance at progression through and into the main roster and onto NXT. And tonight, two guys are going to get that shot. Well, I say two guys. One girl, one guy. We're starting here tonight with the DPW Championship match. And Trey Macia's opponent, from the land of the Pharaohs, standing in at 7 feet, 1 inch tall and weighing 301 pounds. He is Anubis. Now, these created characters are not all my own. Trey Macia and Anubis are. If you know anything about my history, if you were part of my CWR Fed, you know about Trey Macia. And if you were, if you've ever been part of a Fed of OCW or GWR or CWF back in the day, you know who, and in fact even Boardwalk today, you know who Anubis is. He's Danny B's mentor, as it were. The legendary Anubis. So these two men will compete tonight with the DPW Championship on the line. You will see it in a minute. Let me know what you think about the title belts. They're nothing elaborate. Just they're kind of based off the WWE World title. Almost completely, in fact. It's almost a complete rip-off. But, don't hate me. But yeah, what will happen is these championships will be on the line fairly regularly. There'll be no pay-per-views for DPW, no special, maybe a super show once in a while, but no pay-per-views, certainly. The championships will be on the line once I think the guys have got their shot. And if they win the title, that very title right there, it's nice and shiny and green. I like the fact that it sparkles. It's a sparkly green belt, that makes me very happy. So here we go with this match. One-on-one. If you win the championship on the next available NXT show, you will get a shot at an NXT superstar or diva, depending on which gender you are. If you win that match, you will earn progression onto NXT and start on the road to the main roster. And it's as simple as that, realistically. What will happen is the winner of the main event tonight, where the World Vixens Championship will be on the line, they will get their shot at NXT Arrival on Sunday. And the winner of this match will get their shot on NXT normal show next Wednesday. So, we've got Michael Trey Macia. In fact, I keep calling him Michael Trey Macia. He's an old character of mine. He's been around for a long time. I've got a few of these. I've been running fantasy feds for a long time, and I thought, well, as well as E-feds, and I've been part of E-feds for a while. So I thought I'd throw in some of my characters, create that fantasy element, give a few new characters to play through the roster as well. It'll be a lot of fun, and it gives me my 5th show in the week. So, I mean, it is a tester. Obviously, if you guys don't like this idea, then I might rethink it. But for now, I think it's a wonderful idea. Some of these characters, like these two here, are my own, of my own creation. Then there are others that have been graciously lent to me by the stars of Boardwalk Wrestling, and there may be some others in the future. So keep an ear open. I hit the mic again. I'm terrible at doing that. Keep an ear open, keep an eye open, because I may give anyone out there, anyone at all, Fed related, know me whatsoever, and they give you a chance to have your character in game later on in the universe mode. But for now, we've got these two going one-on-one. They are two big men, obviously. You also heard, well, you didn't hear, in fact, there's no entrance music, even for Trey Macia. It's kind of a gotta-earn-it kind of thing. There'll be no entrance musics on the main roster, on the DPW. If you make it to the main roster, if you make it to NXT, you will be given your own theme music. How that works, I haven't decided yet. I may have to use royalty-free music. We'll see to that. But for now, we've got these two. Trey Macia is obviously an interesting part. He is one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, after all. His partner, if you don't know already, is Brock Lesnar, the other half of the WWE Tag Team Champions. Now, for Trey Macia, that means, of course, he has to defend the WWE Tag Team Championships. But, as you've seen already, he doesn't appear on Raw, on SmackDown. He doesn't appear anywhere in that respect. That's because he's still on DPW. He will appear on the pay-per-view shows to defend the belts, or any other time the belts need defending, he will show up on the main shows. Other than that, he will stick to DPW, short, of course, of winning this match, going on to NXT. But I hope that explains it a little bit. The progression system itself will be explained in full around the time of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view next weekend. May do a whole separate video on it just to explain it properly. I have a whole system in mind. It's going to be a full game. You know, you get to watch it, follow it, enjoy it. Not just, watch the storylines that I book, because even though I hope they're interesting for you, I'm going to throw in a little element to it. So I went with the green because green's cool. We've got Anubis here with a choke slam. The old man, the silver-haired giant, goes with a choke slam, puts Trey Macia down. We've got 1, 2. No, Trey Macia kicks out. Nice overthrow there by a 300-pound giant. And he's setting up. This could be over quickly. Who is going to be your first DPW champion? Who is going to get the first shot of moving on to NXT? The tombstone is ready. There he goes. Tombstone pile driver by Anubis. 1, 2. Ooh, not enough, not yet. So, I mean, essentially this is a feeder system show. It's essentially an indie show. That's kind of the basis of it all. That's where we're at. So, kind of like WWE's partnership with Evolve at the moment, if you want to look at it that way. If you don't know, they've pretty much partnered with Evolve at this point for a feeder system, as it were, to look for potential future NXT stars, considering NXT is massive now and it can't be considered just a pure developmental anymore. So, we've got 1, 2, not quite, off the turnbuckle powerbomb there. Not quite. Like I say, 2 big, powerful bruisers here. They are definitely those kind of people. Anubis there, getting the advantage, going in for a rest hold. Trying to gain some stamina, some momentum back. For my stars, like the rating systems, the attribute systems, for my own created stars, Anubis, Trey Macia and a few others, they're purely based on their performance, their momentum skills. Their wins will get them higher attributes, their losses will lose them a few. So yeah, that's pretty much the way that will work. For the Boardwalk stars, if you don't know what Boardwalk wrestling is, it's an E-Fed. If you don't know what E-Feds are, then look them up. Seriously, if you've got some writing skills, have a look at some. They're fun, they're enjoyable. I've been doing it for a long time. Their skills, the Boardwalk stars skills, including Danny B's, my own. He will show up eventually, I am saying that now. Of course he will, as my own star. He'll get a few extra perks, like his own entrance music from day one, because why not? It's my show, I'll do what I want. But their momentum will be based purely on their current standing within the Boardwalk roster. So, again, that works for me in particular, because Danny is the Atlantic City champion at this point, and, gets to use that a little bit. So, Anubis hung up in the ropes there. Not quite working out. Nice little pull-away powerbomb there by Trey Macia. He is still in control of Anubis as we go for another cover. 1, 2. Not quite. So the two men here looking for their shot. Who they get to face on NXT is random. It will be completely random from people that are not. The World Vixens is a little easier because there's only going to be 2 girls available. As the other 2, if you watched NXT on Wednesday, you know that Eva Marie and Alicia Fox will be going on to Arrival to challenge for the NXT Women's Championship. That leaves, of course, Emma and Cameron at this point. I may pull another one down here, I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. I was originally going to pull Layla down, but she now officially goes into the Legends category, so it's a bit interesting. But yeah, it'll be one of those 2, but Trey Macia has much more give. He's got all of the current NXT stars he will possibly be facing, especially as soon as it will be on a normal NXT show, so even guys like Finn Balor and Baron Corbin that are already, the Vaudevillains and Enzo and Cass, who are already booked on Arrival, it could be any one of them. Could be Tyler, could be Hideo, could be Adam Rose, could be, you know, anyone, Zack Ryder, could be anyone that's on NXT fairly regularly, so there we go, 1, 2, nice kick out there. So yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy this little system. I'm looking to see if it comes out okay. It should be a lot of fun. Give me something else to enjoy as well while I'm doing it. Anubis taking advantage now. The giant there, not quite getting in. Spinning elbow by Trey Macia. The spinning elbow. We've gone for a cover. We've got 1. We've got 2. Anubis stays in it. Anubis. Come on, Dan. Oh, nice counter there by Trey Macia. He hooks up the giant and slams him down. Stamina's starting to be an issue there now. Though. Blah. Trey Macia is setting up. Here we go. He pulls him in. The cross-arm powerbomb he likes to call the nuclear powerbomb. There he goes. Slams down Anubis. We've got 1, 2. No! The giant stays in it. The master, the mastodon. The leader of darkness. His many nicknames coming into play here. We're set up again though. He's got another one. He's got a second one lying up. We're going in again. Arms wrapped. Up goes the 7-footer. Nuclear powerbomb. The ref even jumped then. Jesus. 1, 2, 3. Well, there you go. Here is your winner and the new DPW champion, Trey Macia. Looking at the replays here, Anubis had control early on. Here's the choke slam that hit in the first few minutes. Anubis in complete control at this point. The first cover of the match didn't come to anything. We didn't expect it to, after all. Jerry Lawler looked really little there. There he goes. This is when he followed up with the Tombstone Piledriver. Connected. Damage was done, but it wasn't enough to keep Trey Macia down. It was too early in the match. And the Beast from Mount Sinai. 1/2 of Beast Mode. Nuclear Powerbomb number 1 there. That was a second, and not quite a third. It didn't matter. Trey Macia had another one in the bag. Wraps him up. Picks him up. Nuclear Powerbomb number 2. Got 1, 2, and 3 from Trey Macia. So he becomes your first DPW champion, and this coming Wednesday, in fact, he will challenge a male NXT star for a spot on the NXT roster. Excellent work by Trey Macia. Holds the big green belt up. It's his. Well done, Trey Macia. So you'll look out for him on NXT next week. But now, in a ladder match, 4 vixens, as I like to call them, women, essentially, will now compete for their shot at NXT Arrival. And of course, I say of course, if you don't know, your first entrant here from Rockport, Texas, Amber Ryan. Amber? No, I don't know why that came up like that. Sorry, Amber, I'll fix that. Amber Ryan, good personal close friend of mine. It's the handler of Amber Ryan. A lot of history between Amber and Danny B. A lot of history. It's a shame, really, in these games you can't do male versus female, because, you know, that's what the fedding world does. A lot of them. Not every one of them, but most of them. And, yeah. So, Amber, I hope you like your model there. You're in for the first time. Here she comes. The hardcore bitch from Rockport, Texas. Twisted Steel and Sex Appeal. Amber Ryan, your first entrant into this ladder match. Here we are. And her opponents. First, from Cork, Ireland. That top really didn't come out right, did it? Emma Lockhart. She's one of 3 different Lockharts on DPW. The 2 males are not related to this one, but there you go. Emma Lockhart. Just timing name. She's one of mine. And yeah, Emma making her first appearance here in DPW. I really might have to remove that shirt. Logo seemed to do that this year. I don't know why. It's massive glitch, especially on overclothes. Massive glitch, really. There you go. That's that. Emma. Now in the ring. Next, from San Mateo, California, Claudia Thorne. That name came up right. Claudia, another one of mine as well. Very proud of Claudia Thorne. She'll be an excellent competitor here in DPW. Sorry, excuse me. Not a lot to say about these guys because you guys don't know them. You're going to come to... I mean, I know them all. Some of you guys will know some of them. Claudia, anyone who knows me in Boardwalk knows about Claudia Thorne. Amber in particular. She was also part of the CWR roster as well, back in the day. The protege of the Ripper Danny B, as it were. Yes, 3. I like how the top's bouncing around there. That's going to do a little bit of male fan service there, isn't it? And finally, please welcome, from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Juliet Brooks. Again, sorry about the name mishap at the bottom there, Juliet. Juliet Brooks on loan from Boardwalk Wrestling. Hope you guys like your models. Try to do the best I can with them. Customization options still aren't as big as we'd hoped for this year, but yeah, Juliet making her way to the ring. Slowly but surely. At least the best thing about this, the no entrance music's on DPW, despite the fact that I have very little to talk about at this point because they haven't got a lot of history to talk about. I don't have to talk as much because I don't need to block out the music. Juliet is tough, and I'm just realising now as I play this, that's Corey Graves' entrance, isn't it? Yeah, it definitely is. Well, there you go. I didn't realise that. There you go, Juliet. You've got Corey Graves' entrance. I didn't realise it'd do that. Fair enough. Should probably pay more attention, shouldn't I? Oh, she's tough. I guess that fits. So there we go. Claudia Thorne, Amber Ryan, Emma Lockhart, and don't hang on to the ropes or anything, Amber. And Juliet Brooks. Your 4 competitors here tonight. The DPW Vixens Championship, World Vixens Championship, should I say, hanging above there. This is a ladder match, and I have to point out now, Juliet, you're a little bit tall, aren't you? Sorry, girl. I'll fix that in the future. Shame we've already got a couple of these recorded, really. Yeah, I'll fix that, don't worry. It's what you get when you handle other people's characters. You're so scared that they're not going to like it, that you've done them a disservice or something. Alright, Juliet, I'll shorten you in the future. Sorry, girl. Yeah, fatal 4-way ladder match. As I said before, the winner will retrieve the World Vixens Championship from above the ring, and they will go on to face either Emma or Cameron at NXT Arrival this Sunday for a spot on the main roster. So, of course, just to reiterate, Amber Ryan, the redhead in the black clothing, Emma Lockhart, the green trousers, Juliet Brooks in the silver gear, and Claudia Thorne in the purple. I know I'm kind of doing a Michael Cole there and insulting your intelligence, but yeah, never mind there. So Amber, unsurprisingly, goes for the ladder early on. Amber Ryan is a hardcore SOB. Or DOB, more to the point. And Claudia and Juliet taking it to one another in the middle of the ring. Nice gator roll on the outside there from Amber as she goes into what looks to be a crossface. Claudia going for the sunset flip in the middle of the ring. There it hits. Juliet down, stacked up in the centre. As Emma bounces off the ropes. No, sorry, again, this cough of mine is ridiculous. I'm trying my best to call this action, keep an eye on everything at once. I've already done most of the explaining of what's going to be happening, so you don't really need to be told again. At least not at this point, anyway. Yeah, Claudia taking it to Juliet. Sorry, this cough. Go have a drink. Oh, you lordy. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Claudia is dominating Juliet in the middle of the ring, and Amber has definitely taken to Emma on the outside. But anything can happen in this game, as we all know. Miss Brooks fights back. Claudia is there with a Hurricanrana. Emma has just been taken apart on the outside at this point. Amber back in the ring now, though. She's done her damage to Emma Lockhart. She's back in the ring. Amber flying up to the top rope. A lot of energy in Amber Ryan. She is definitely a brawling type. Nice flying knee there by Claudia. There, you've definitely got the aerialist in Claudia Thorne. Amber Ryan is a scrappy brawler. The scissor DDT there by Amber right onto the ladder there. Say scissor DDT. That's the best I could come up with, Amber. Hope you don't mind. It's close enough, I think. Emma steps in, side sweeps. Amber Ryan, Juliet, nice flying drop kick there by Brooks. She's a striker, is Juliet Brooks. She's got she's a very varied character. You know, she's got a lot of different moves in her arsenal. Hopefully I've tried to reflect that. Nice flying, nice German suplex there by Emma. Sorry, I'm losing track of this. I'm trying to do my best to do some actual commentary for once, because, you know, these guys actually need it, because you don't know them. Well, I mean, you know some of them if you're, depending on who you are watching this, but for those of you who don't know anything, I'm trying to do some proper commentary here. We've got Emma, who's a bit of a mix between a striker and an aerialist, but she's got a few powerhouse moves as well. Obviously, she's a fairly tall lass. She's actually supposed to be that tall, unlike Brooks, who's supposed to be a few inches shorter. But yeah, I'm still working on the creation system here. I change things up every year at the moment. It's getting kind of difficult to keep track of it. Nice flying elbow by Emma. As Claudia plants Amber into the corner. With all four girls in the ring, it's going to be kind of hard for somebody to take that ladder and climb up. Double team there by Lockhart and Thorne. They're, of course, a very impressive tag team. As it comes to Divas tag teams, we'll see. I thought about a Divas tag team championship. In my eyes, there's not enough Divas on the main roster at this point. Especially since I've knocked 4 of them down to NXT as it is. Maybe when some of these girls come up. We've got a few girls. We've got the 4 here, obviously. We've got another one waiting in the wings. She will be competing next week, so Tate Troy, if you happen to be watching this, She just didn't make the cut for this week because I didn't have a model ready in time. But she will be on next week's show. That's a guarantee. I've also got 2 other girls waiting in the wings. Might show up in a couple of weeks. So yeah, maybe we'll look to Divas Tag Team in the future. So you've probably heard my chair squeaking then. I shouldn't lean back. This old computer chair is ridiculous. Amber. She's got Julia in. Original Sin. The Original Sin DDT by Amber Ryan. She can't take advantage as Thorn is right on her though. Emma on the outside looking a bit lost, frankly. RKS! As I said before, the mentee, or I think, yeah, mentee of Danny B. I'm getting so confused. The mentee of Danny B uses his signature move, the RKS. Might call it the CKS for her. Claudia's kill shot. Maybe. Might try and remember to do that from now on. Either way, borrowing that move from her mentor comes in useful there. The ladder gets hung up in the ropes and Claudia gets rid of it. Interesting. I guess with all 4 girls in the ring, what use is it? Down goes Thorn. That fireman carry slam there. Remember Lockhart. Nice counter there by Thorn. Bridging Northern Light suplex. Juliet is taking it to Amber Ryan in the other corner. Amber is scrappy, but can she come out of this one as Emma and Thorn end up on the outside? Juliet's going up. Back suplex by Juliet Brooks. Don't quite know what happened with Thorn and Lockhart on the other side there. It's kind of more of a crash. Nice Hurricanrana counter by Amber Ryan. We never count out red. Never ever count out red. Strike to the stomach there. Amber really laying in the fist to Juliet now as Claudia sets up Emma in the corner. And a face smash. A face smash into the turnbuckle there. Claudia is rolling. Juliet and Amber are going back and forth in the middle. Claudia trying to get to the ladder there? I don't know. Can't quite tell. Sorry guys, I'm trying to sort this cough out as I go. I don't quite know what she's doing. Thorn is just rolling around on the outside there. Amber, Lockhart, Claudia Thorn all in the ring. Juliet Brooks is flat on the outside. Claudia makes a quick getaway again. Amber pulls in Lockhart, sends her flying over the top rope. Yeah, I think they're all going for the ladder, but it's kind of stuck in the corner there. There we go, kicks it out, never mind. That'll do it, I guess. Amber taking the advantage of Claudia Thorn in the middle of the ring now. It's only the 2 of them left. Juliet and Emma are moving. Amber's alone in the ring, but there's no ladders. There's no ladders now. Juliet and Emma are both up. Emma tries to take advantage. Juliet's got the other ladder on the other side there. Both ladders now back in the ring. With all 4 girls start making their way back in. Whoa! Crash, bang, in wallop. Lockhart just went insane there. Thorn gets rid of one of the ladders. Probably safe after that move. Jesus. Something like that. Even if she goes on to win it now, she's probably going to be too bloody injured. Jason. Okay, so resetting there slightly. Amber Ryan is now on the outside. Oh, nice fist bump there by Emma Thorn. Emma Lockhart. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me? Superplex, outside superplex by Emma Lockhart. That was awesome. This is where we prove that the girls can go as good as the guys any day of the week. Nice strike there. I mean, frankly, at this point, if you're Stephanie McMahon, if you're Tamina Snuka, the 2 women that will be fighting for the Divas Championship at Extreme Rules, you're already going to be looking down at these guys thinking they are the future, because they are. Emma's got it! It's over. It's completely over. Comes out of nowhere. That's the first time anybody's gone up the ladder, and Emma gets it. Two of the other girls were up. The third one was on her way. How the hell did that come all the way back then? Is the point where Lockhart wrapped up Juliet Brooks and dropped her on the outside with a huge superplex. What was Amber doing there? Emma went back in the ring. She climbed? I don't know. That was Amber on the outside. She took out Brooks. Thorne was down on the floor, but the girls were coming back in. They just didn't get there in time. There was Thorne up there now. She just didn't get to her in time. Amber was back. Juliet was back, but it was just too late. Emma had grabbed the championship. So here is your winner and first World Vixens Champion. The woman you will be seeing on NXT Arrival this Sunday as she challenges either Emma or Cameron for a shot at becoming an NXT Diva. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 12 of the WWE 2K16 season. This has been the very first episode of DPW. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you Sunday for NXT Arrival.